In the previous explanations, Shankaracharya talked about Vedantic contemplation. Also, that this must be preceded by meditation, which will quiet your mind. In this state, you create moments of silence in which you experience that your consciousness is not affected by the sadness of your mind or the problems of your physical body. The purpose of Vedantic contemplation is to remove the persistent identification error of considering your consciousness as your body and mind. Like at the time of sunset, we see and say that the sun is going down, when in reality the sun is static. It does not move. The sun is not going down, but the horizon is moving up. Similar deep-rooted misidentifications are removed through regular practice of Vedantic contemplation. The contemplations in these moments of silence, when there is the absence of the experience of the body, mind and intellect, you experience who you really are. You reflect that I am attribute-free, motionless, thought-free and formless, that is eternally free and pure. I am like space, inside and outside of everything, unchanging, always content, perfect, detached, non-dual and limitless. I am indeed that supreme Brahman, the underlying reality and the fabric of all existence. Through the constant practice and repetition of these contemplations, the conviction, I am Brahman, removes superimposed identification and ignorance to attain knowledge of your true self, Atma Bodha. Shankaracharya now gives further instructions on the process of meditation. One should be seated in a solitary place where there is silence. Your mind should be free from desire, and there should be absence of any kind of distractions. You should meditate with full focus on Atma, which is the only one and limitless, with unswerving attention. So when your perceptions, thoughts and emotions are dissolved and merged into Atma through contemplation, you should meditate on Atma being your true self, like the eternally pure space. This practice is crucial to assimilate or internalize these lofty teachings. Contemplations like these are essential to help realize true Vedantic knowledge and become deeply rooted in Atma Bodha. Shankara now describes the fruits of such firmly established, deeply rooted self-knowledge. Having given up all identifications associated with the body, an enlightened person whose true nature is Sat Chit Anand, pure, limitless consciousness, abides or remains in this true nature as limitless consciousness. Distinctions between knower, knowledge and known are absent in the true self, Atma, because its true nature is limitless, non-dual consciousness. The example of the clay pot can also be used here. The presence of many clay pots does not negate the oneness of clay, as all pots are made of clay, its underlying reality. Similarly, the multiplicity in your experiences cannot negate the oneness of your consciousness. Many mental activities, but one undivided consciousness which shines alone. All knowledge takes place in your mind, but Atma is completely separate from your mind as the unchanging consciousness that illumines all the activities of your mind, your thoughts, emotions and perceptions. It alone shines. Shankara now gives a metaphor based on using a hand drill to start a fire. Considering the fire board to be Atma, continuous drilling with the spindle of meditation kindles the flame of knowledge and burns up the fuel of ignorance. This metaphor is based on using a hand drill to start a fire. Persistent drilling with a wooden spindle produces friction and flames. In the same way, the persistent practice of meditation and contemplation produces a firmly established and deeply rooted knowledge of Atma. Now Shankara uses another metaphor of the sun. We experience sunrise and sunset due to the rotation of the earth. The sun, however, is always present in the sky and shines continuously. So when knowledge removes the veil of ignorance, your consciousness, which was always present, is revealed. You know that you are a conscious being, but you do not know the nature of your consciousness. Consciousness, which is unborn, limitless, without age or gender, which was obscured by darkness of ignorance. Similarly, at sunrise, the sun becomes visible on the horizon, like the dawn of knowledge removes the darkness of ignorance. Our consciousness remains shrouded in dark ignorance until the dawn of self-knowledge, Atma Bodha. Our true nature is Sat Chit Anand. We are all born with that inner divinity, but due to ignorance are not aware of it. We seek something that we already have. Even though Atma is always present, it seems absent due to ignorance. When ignorance is removed, it seems like Atma is found. Like the gold chain on one's neck, the story goes that a woman could not find her gold chain. She looked everywhere for this missing gold chain, and after some time, she discovered that it had been hanging around her neck all this while. She realized that the gold chain was on her neck, but she was unaware of it. Such is the realization of Atma Bodha, self-knowledge. Now Shankara gives the example of the tree stump, which is mistaken for a thief. In the twilight, it looks like a dangerous robber waiting to pounce on you and rob your money or valuables. This thought gives birth to fear and discomfort. Due to delusion or ignorance, you superimpose the problems and limitations of your body and mind and feel threatened. Here Brahman is mistaken for a limited, finite individual, Jiva, until you discern your true nature as Atma. After realizing your true nature, knowledge arises immediately and removes ignorance like I and mine. The problem here is ignorance, and the solution is knowledge. Like the sun removes confusion about directions, when you see the sun in the morning, you immediately know which way is east or west. And when you discover the nature of your true self, you immediately know that your feelings of individuality are completely baseless. The enlightened yogis also experience duality of this world, like everyone else, but they are not misled by their experiences. With their eyes of wisdom, they see everything as non-separate from pure, unchanging consciousness. They know the underlying reality because of which everything exists to be the non-dual Brahman, Tattvamasi, that thou art, to reveal that your pure consciousness and the universal consciousness Brahman as one. This entire world is Atma alone. Nothing exists other than Atma. The Vedantic vision of oneness is to realize the underlying non-dual fabric of existence.